Hey everybody, welcome back to Brown Thumb Nursery. I am Rob and I am here in the greenhouse. I've got some Japanese cherry, and this is my mother and father-in-law's next door neighbor, Tina. Miss Tina, sweet lady, has got this tree that they brought when they moved from Tennessee. They moved it and dug it up and put it in their first place that they lived here in Alabama, and then moved it from there to the place where they're living now. And her daughter would like to have one of these trees off of that same tree. So we thought, she said I had a green thumb. I'm like, no, my thumbs are brown because I'm always getting them dirty, right? But anyhow, I know what she meant. She meant well. I won't take offense. But anyhow, so I'm going to take and try to do some cuttings of this. Now, she said she had tried to dig up, because it's spreading roots out and it's like shooting up little shoots there, and she tried that, and that one didn't work. And I said, well, try it again, it might work, and I'll try this way. And I told her, well, I probably want to come back in about June to get the proper cuttings. But then I went and looked at the tree, and I said, you know what, maybe we can let me just take some and try it. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a try now, and then I can go back and just kind of keep an eye on these and see what they're starting to do. And then as June rolls along, I may need to take some more, or maybe I just will anyhow. But anyhow, so what I've got, I'll show you the handful. I just put them in this cup with some water just to keep them hydrated. That was yesterday, now it's today. But anyhow, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go literally and just strip down the leaves off of this. And I should bring my compost thing over here. So I got me a little thing to toss some compost in. I always compost everything, so. But anyhow, what I'm going to do, you see I left a few leaves up here at the top. And that'll be fine. They'll probably die off. I don't know. But what I'm going to do is see how long it is. It's about 12, 13 inches maybe. I'm going to do 2 cuttings. And the way I always do, if you've seen my channel before, you always know I go right directly underneath a node. And these nodes are really close together, about a half inch. And what I mean by a node, that's where a leaf was, like up here let me show you one with leaves still on it. Every place where there is a leaf coming out, that's what I'm calling a node. So a leaf node. So anyhow, I'm going to cut that right below a node. Hopefully you can see. Right below a node at a 47-degree angle. There, and then that's going to be one cutting. So I'm going to lay these all kind of in a little pile. And down here at the bottom, because I'm going to use, whoops. Boy, these things are getting dull. I'm just going to do that to several of these. And again, I'm just going to take and strip down the leaves. Because those leaves are going to dry out and not make for... It'll just take away from the plant to be able to make roots. We want it to concentrate on making roots. So I'm going to get 3 out of this one because I just want them to be small. So you see that, just that little one there. And if I don't take these leaves off of here, they will probably die, shrivel up. So I can leave them to let them die naturally. That's okay too, either way. But so anyhow, same thing with this next one. And I'm just going to go ahead and do all of these. And I think I will make them a little bit shorter. So I'm going to get maybe 2 to 3 cuttings out of each one, and take a couple more leaves off of that. Whenever it's the tip cutting, which you know what I mean by the tip, that's the last part of it. I always like to leave just a little bit of growth on them. I don't know why, it's just the way I do it, and you don't have to do it that way. And some people don't like to use the tip cuttings, but I do. I like the tip cuttings. I like how okay, so now I just should have showed you this, but this was like a little branch coming off of a branch, and I just broke it off without showing you. But anyhow, that's what I did. So this one here, I'm going to just do that same thing. Strip the leaves off. Maybe another leaf here. And another leaf. And this is pretty tender stuff. This will probably die back and probably will not make a cutting. But I think I'm going to just take a little bit off of that. Oops, man, these things are getting dull. Wow. Got time to sharpen them things. So, trying to see if I got another pair over here somewhere. This is not the pair I normally use. So just again, just take them leaves all the way back, just strip them back. Now this woodier, a little bit woodier, soft wood. This is all this year's growth. So this is probably going to be some better material for cutting. So, but yeah, I'll get another cutting out of that. Set inside. And there was plenty more. I could have taken like a lot more cuttings off of this to get, you know, but I thought, you know, I'll just do some this time and then do some here come a few weeks or month or whatever, and just kind of keep going on it. So, and I think I am going to take another leaf or two off of that. And then, so then let's just see what we got. 11, 12, 13, 14. So I got 15 little cuttings here, and that's enough not to even make a full row in my propagation frame. So I'll just spread them out a little bit, maybe make them a whole row. So let me just show you. Now the reason I'm in here inside the greenhouse doing this is because it's really windy outside, and when I go out there you may not be able to hear me very good. So in fact I had to shut the door of the greenhouse to keep the noise down off of the microphone. So let's go out there and see what I'm doing. All right, I went out there to do that, and I ended up, I just have no space hardly in the propagation area, because a lot of the things that I have still needs pulled up and potted up into pots. But anyhow, so I found an area that had just a couple things, and so I dug them up. I only had looks like three of them that had roots, so I pulled them up real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and pot them up real quick. And what this is Carolina Jessamine, or Jasmine, different names for it, same thing. Carolina Jessamine, Jasmine. But anyhow, that's probably the best one I got right there. Got one there, one here, looks pretty good. Got a little bit of roots. This one here actually has, I don't know where you can see, like it's broken right there by my finger. So it's like, I don't know. It's got some roots. We'll see if it makes it. And then I got another one here, a little bit of roots there. So I'm going to pot those up really quick to see if I can salvage those, and I can get more of those cuttings, and I probably will. I think I got those at the wrong time of the year, so that's why I only got 3. So anyhow, let me get those potted up, and then I'll get back out there and meet up with you to stick those cuttings. Now what I do is I just take and cut just a little slot there, and just to make a nice straight row, and then I put my labels at the end. And I've been see how I have that there, but I have one behind it. I mean, maybe you can see. Oh, I got it backwards. Good thing I showed you. So the one in front is to protect the sun from fading them out. You can see that brown turkey one right there starting to fade out, but they are fairly protected. And do the same thing with the one I put in the front of the row. I'll put that up there in the front, so that I know from front to back what I got there. And so I'm trying to hold the camera with one hand and work with the other, because my tripod mount got broken the other day. So anyhow, so I'm just gonna do these, just stick them in there. And I know that I can usually get 20 to 25 cuttings in there if I put them like an inch apart. So I'm gonna put them farther away from that, since I've only got, what I say, 15 or something. So that way, give them a little bit more space to put their roots out. And by the way, I did dip them back in this water, and I'm glad I did, because I ended up having to come out here and clear out stuff out of the propagation frame. Then I had to go make labels, and you know, all that stuff is time where your cuttings can be drying out. So I'm gonna go ahead and, I guess I'm gonna pour that out, because I can't get to them. But so I'm glad I stuck them in that water, even though I thought, well, I'm just going to go right out there and do it. Well, it turns out I didn't have time to go right out there and do it. So it's just something to think about. You might want to just kind of get in the habit of sticking them in water while you're in transition time there. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the hose and water these in, and you'll be able to see how that it will, well, even right there, how it already kind of started filling that sand in. I got it on the shower thing, trying to put it on kind of a soft, this one's hard to adjust, but anyhow, see how it just kind of takes that sand and just fills in around the edges, and then when that water settles in, it will be good. It'll be all settled around what will be roots. And then, so let me show you the situation I'm in. So now I'm to the point now where I can't even roll down my cover because I've got stuff, you can see it's growing up big and over the thing. Stuff's going up to the glass where I have glass, and some fig trees just shooting way up. I need to get it all out of here. All of these things I got to get potted up. I got some mums there, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of these windows and I'm going to kind of just put over in this area to keep as much humidity as I can, since I can't get my my plastic rolled down. And over here in this propagation area, you can see I've got the one that I do have the glass on. There's no way I can, in fact, you can see here that the ones, they were right up against the glass and it kind of killed off the tops. I mean, I can trim all that stuff off and the roots are still good, but these are a bunch of hydrangeas there. And so, but look down under there, I got some stuff. Maybe you can see, maybe not. So anyhow, so I got some work to do. Maybe, I don't know, let me know if you want me to take you along to show you what I do with what I got here and what I've got. I've got some different things, some variegated things, some different things, some more hydrangeas there. So yeah, it's kind of a mess around here, but that's okay. It is what it is. You just do what you can do when you can do it. And I try to film a lot of these little things that I do if I get a chance. A lot of times I don't, because you can probably see a lot of that stuff that's in these propagation frames. You probably never seen me put them in there because sometimes I just have half hour here, half hour there, and I just got to get them in the ground, you know, got to do something. So anyhow, if there's anything you want me to show you, go ahead and put a comment down there, and I'll be glad to try to show you what I can with what time I have, of course. But anyhow, thanks for hanging out with me. Anyhow, get your thumbs, I did get my thumbs brown a little bit. Make sure you get out there and get your thumbs brown and propagate something, grow something, plant some seeds, get out there, play in the dirt, have some fun, and I will catch you on the south side. God bless.